Lasell College conducts campus-wide sexual and domestic violence awareness and prevention trainings for its students, faculty, and administration. We team up with our student athletes to educate them about these important issues and give them the tools to recognize and report incidents as well as support survivors. As a result, we hope that our student athletes will step up as leaders in our student-led campaigns to end sexual and domestic violence at Lasell College.
I play softball here at Lasell.
I'm a member of the Lasell men's lacrosse team.
I'm the captain of the men's lacrosse team.
And I run track and field.
I currently play for the men's basketball team.
Athletes play a really big role at Lasell. We pride ourselves in our athletics, so that's definitely a part. I know being a student athlete is really big because you're balancing work, you're balancing schoolwork, and everything that comes along with that.
I think athletes are considered leaders because they take on more responsibility than other students. It's not that it's more work than other people, it's just that it's different in a way that it's physically demanding and sometimes emotionally demanding.
Off the field, my responsibilities are to act like a person that would want to be known as Lasell.
I think you're such a target on the backs of athletes. Sometimes you're kind of in the spotlight, under the microscope a little more than others.
So why do you think that the NCAA mandates sexual and domestic violence training for athletes?
I feel like they mandated it because athletes do have a lot of power and even a lot of recognition.
It's more in the light when it's a college athlete because you're kind of a little more under the microscope.
Athletes on campus are kind of a large portion of the campus, so when they have that training for those larger portions of campus, it will kind of trickle down to the other people. I think it's the most effective way to get to all students on campus.
Lasell trains all of its athletes in sexual and domestic violence. This year, we used the Escalation workshops by the One Love Foundation to start the conversation. We showed Escalation, a film that depicts domestic violence on a college campus, and then facilitators an interactive debrief of the film with our athletes to help them discuss and understand sexual and domestic violence and their role in preventing them.
So we first started training in Escalation, I think in 2015 maybe. I think the first training was for our men's lacrosse team. I had some students in my class who were the captains of the team in my sexual violence class. And the first training, as always, was kind of scary and we fumbled our way through it, but it had a powerful impact on that team and I think really brought them closer together.
So I think when we're talking about a culture shift, what we want to do is really, here in this case, is stigmatize unhealthy behaviors and really highlight what it means to be in a healthy relationship. And by using Escalation, we have an opportunity to look at what it means to be in an unhealthy relationship, to start a conversation around that.
It was really great to see not only professors and staff members here participating as trainers, but also coaches participated as trainers. There was a lot of enthusiasm for it. It was great to kind of bring a large group of athletes together.
I think it's been a great initiative to get all the athletes through the Escalation program. And the athletes are a big part of the community, so I think it was great for them to be together in one place and hear the message from the people that introduced it at the beginning all together and then break into their groups by their teams. I think it's important that they do it with their teams so that the teams can kind of rely on each other and know that everybody has the same information.
Truthfully, when Professor Ray came to me with this last year, I didn't know much about it. I did not know. I was just uneducated about it. And once we went through the training, I was so moved by just seeing everybody that was affected by this, and I decided to become a facilitator myself.
It's a very powerful film and it tells a story really inspired by Yardley Love's story, who was a lacrosse player at UVA. She was murdered by her ex-boyfriend, who was also a Division I lacrosse player at UVA. Her family didn't know that this was going on in their relationship. They didn't know that things were getting dangerous for her. And yet, when they looked back on her life, her friends and teammates and coaches all reported different things that they saw that were clear indicators of domestic violence, but they just didn't know what they meant.
So if I can help by educating the people around me, then I might be able to help prevent some terrible action from happening to them.
It's important to me because I honestly never really thought too much of it until I came here.
I've grown quite a great deal. I mean, through the different videos that she showed us, the hands-on training we did, it just really opened my eyes to the horrific nature that brings and what kind of horror that surrounds sexual and domestic violence. It really made me want to be more of an advocate for it and really share what I've learned through that with other people to just make your community a better place.
How have I grown? I've opened my eyes to the different types of people and just how broad this is. You know, how many bad things can come of just one isolated instance. That one is typically the one that could set someone back years.
Just being educated and able to stand with survivors and people who have gone through this, and letting them know that they're not alone, and that even if they don't have a voice, that we can help them with that, and that there will always be someone to help them fight.
What I loved about the way Lasell approached it, they really said, we want to do this in a way that resonates with the kids and teaches them tools, and then ask them to stand up. Our mission statement basically asks us to be a community that keeps each other safe and be mindful of one another, and escalation gives us the tools to do that.